here we go. So, where were we? Carol, were we with you? I think you were next. The order is shuffled, so I think you were going to be the next.
I think, we didn't all go. That's true.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but I'll still be brief, even though we have 40 minutes now.
No, we don't need to stay on for 40 minutes, but
the same show as that Pamela mentioned is what I have upcoming, and October sounds comfortably far away, but I know that at some point it will suddenly be like, wait, is stuff ready? But the thing that was most interesting for me recently was I did a 4-person show up at the Morris Graves Museum in Eureka. And and they were great to work with. It's a great space, and it just worked really well. But and there's a fellow that works for the William James Association, nonprofit with which I go into prison, and they've been involved in that for decades. So Henry Frank is somebody who's our communications expert, who's this amazing artist who used to be incarcerated and actually just got one of those $100,000 Art for Justice Fund grants through Agnes Gund and the Ford Foundation. Anyway, it turns out he's from Eureka. He's Pomo and Yurok. And so when I was up there, I was talking to the woman that runs the museum, I was saying, well, what about an inmate art show? And then I was like, when I found out that that's where the biggest Native population in California is, up in that Humboldt area, Del Norte. And so we're NACWA developing, we haven't figured out anything else, but it's really, we're going to develop an exhibit, and Henry's going to be involved with formerly and currently incarcerated Native American artists in California prisons. And he knows people from that area that used to be inside. So anyway, it's just like this, just a great idea, and then it's going to be a whole lot of work, but I'm really excited about it.
It's really terrific. Really terrific. Mary.
Well, I've been spending a lot of my time on weed and getting to know the members and helping with programming. And I'm working with 2 interns, and Susan's working with them to print the 13th edition of the magazine. So we're gonna, try that out. And they're down in San Bernardino. They're really fun young people. So it's been a lot of fun. And we're working on the weed membership show. Let's say that's really been my primary. I did give away the Waterford cutting machine that I had from the Waterford factory in Ireland when I was working there. And there's a Fulbright grant situation where if you've been a Fulbright scholar, you can go back. So I'm working on going back to Ireland and working there again.
Ooh, that sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. Well, I'm sorry that Curtis hasn't come back. But Elizabeth, I had cut you off, so why don't we let you pick up again on your curatorial things that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, sure. I have to look at my list.
What about everybody?
Did I mention that I'm
Oh no, Carol.
along with Mary?
Right.
Carol.
Oh yeah, Carol. Okay,
Carol.
never mind.
I'm sorry. We'll come back to you, Elizabeth. Carol.
Mainly just working in my studio, a lot of painting, some printmaking. Last few days, definitely spring fever and in the garden. Not much going on, professional wise as far as exhibitions or residencies or grants at this point. Been doing a lot of outreach, but nothing coming back. And doing a lot of experimentation with different processes with my painting, just kind of trying to play with it a lot more, and with printmaking too.
I think, I mean, just to pick up on this point about about pursuing opportunity, right? I think that's so incredibly important, and you have to be really brave and strong to do that. And I think that needs to be lauded. So I think congratulations are in order, because it's a lot harder to do that than to have somebody like ring your doorbell or call you on the phone, just like pop in and say, I want your work. Yeah, Susan.
Can you hear me? I can't tell if
Yeah.
I'm, okay.
Yeah.
Carol, I just want to, oh, wait, Benioff. Actually, the both of you are doing fabulous work. But Carol Benioff, you've been posting your paintings on,
Instagram, yeah,
no, Facebook, someplace.
yeah, both.
They are so fabulous. They are amazing. And the fact a gallery or a museum or someone should give you a show immediately. That's what I think.
Thank you. I
Okay.
also wanted to mention that the talk that Andre did at Gallery Route 1, it was Andre and myself.
Oh, right, Andre
Yeah.
Thompson. Mhm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really good talk. Went back to look at it.
Okay, Curtis.
I'm back.
You're back. So
Yeah.
give us a little brief of what you've been up to since we last all gathered.
Okay, I have a solo show coming up at Mercury 20 Gallery. And let's see, just one second. I have a card here.
Ah,
It's going to be a show of about 6 bodies of work. 6 different bodies of work.
Okay, it's okay.
Can you hear me?
yes.
Mhm.
Okay. And so there'll be kinetic work and freestanding sculptures, kinetic freestanding sculptures,
No, I'm definitely
ribbon sculptures,
to do it.
paper
And we would
dolls,
interview each other. That would be
cakes,
fabulous.
and 2-dimensional works. There's going to be about 5 or
One
about
second. Susan, we're hearing your side conversation.
You
Oh.
just
Thank you. I'm sorry, Curtis, go ahead.
Okay. So it's going to be like a mini retrospective or something like that. And it's it goes from May 6th.
I got off of it.
No, excuse me, May 5th to June 10th. So there, I will be there for the reception on May 6th from 4 to 6. And I hope I'm going to be sending out a constant
Okay,
contact,
so,
and a lot of you are on
yeah,
that
let's find out a
to give
time
you
to
the
do it.
information.
I
And it's going to
I don't
be
know what your schedule is,
wild. So
but I don't have any
I've
time
been
for-
packing about
No, I was
35
away for
different
the
works of
entire
art,
of,
sculpture,
May.
and
You wanna come stay
2-dimensional
here for a
stuff.
couple-
And I've got a crew to help me install it. And then there'll be the reception. And then after that, 3 days later, we take off for France for a month. Actually, France and Holland. We're going to Amsterdam. Peter somehow scored tickets to the Vermeer show.
I heard they're going for a fortune with scalpers. They are selling them
They
for
sold out in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Then they added more hours at night. And Peter went back 6 times till he finally said buy tickets. He found the button that says buy tickets. So we're going to see those 30 or 28 different Vermeers. And that's going to be a real thrill. After that, we're going to go to Stockholm. We've never been to Stockholm. And the only other thing anyway, one other thing I've been involved in is I'm in another gallery in San Francisco called the Sea Gallery. And the owner is very much into NFTs. And so I have been trying to figure out what the heck NFTs are for about a year and a half. Anyway, she has somebody who really knows what he's doing, and they've made a virtual gallery. So you could buy the image, or you could actually then buy the artwork as well, in this case. So that's kind of interesting. And so we'll see, I'm not holding my breath, but I am interested in seeing, if this actually works or not. So we'll see, because if it does, you could sell the same image of the same artwork to more than one person, like an edition or something. So we'll see.
Okay, Elizabeth, okay. You're back on.
Has everyone said their spiel?
Yeah, everyone had a turn. Your turn.
Okay. I forgot one exhibit, that I'm in Kala's annual, auction. As is Lulu, is she here? And it's a really fun show. If you haven't been to Kala Gallery, Mayumi did once again, an amazing job of installing quite a variety of work and creating beautiful groupings and constellations. She makes it look so easy, the way she curates. And I'm curating several shows, maybe more. One of them is called Portals, and that's for NCWCA members, and we're only charging like $15 or something like that. We're trying to be very inclusive. Everyone who's an NCWCA member will submit 3 works. It will be curated or juried by Karen Goodfriend, who's maybe some of you know her, a professional curator. Everyone gets into the catalog and online, but we're going to have a very petite physical show. So that's going to be sort of fun to design. And Portals, in the broadest, we're looking for the broadest of interpretations. In the fall, in November, Abrams Claghorn Gallery has donated their space to me, to NCWCA, to do a national call. And I want to give you guys the heads up if I haven't spoken to you already, but it's all about passion. And it is titled Transcendental Loves and Devastating Hates. And we will look at everything. So if you have any questions, let me know. A call will come out for that in a month or so. Okay. And then a couple of shows happening in 2024. So we'll see how that goes. And are many of you aware that the Art of the Book has moved to O'Hanlon?
No.
So they're taking that over for those of you who do book arts and paper art and all that kind of fun stuff. It's going to be a big transition.
So everyone's got a lot going on. I want to wrap up with 2 points. One, I'm going to send 2 separate emails. The first will be about writers so that everyone has an opportunity to send a name or 2 or 3 in their order of interest and support for the notion of the next book. And the second email will be separate, and it will again have all the information again for the 90s book of word count. It'll all be the same, the word count, the images, everything. It'll basically be just like the emails you got for the 80s book and the 70s book and the 2020 book, but it'll be for the 90s, and it'll have some target dates for the images and for the text. So we'll be on to the next. And I think this is thrilling. I think everything is just so interesting and exciting. I love the books and all the contributions and all the images. And I'm grateful to everyone in this group because it's been really a fantastic project that was taken on, and something to be really proud of, I think. Yeah.
Agreed.
Anybody have questions or anything that they want to throw in before we get off of this very long Zoom?
No,
Do you
just
have a
thank you
target
all.
date?
Uh,
I'll throw out a target date.
It'll probably give us, we've been doing this with about 3 months, 2 to 3 months. I'm just going to follow whatever we had in the past.
Okay. Okay,
trying to keep like a kind of like a schedule. I mean, we're already
okay,
we're a couple months behind in terms of what we did each year, but we've pretty much that's pretty much what it takes.
okay.
Yeah, Sally.
You have enough money for the postage? How does that come, where does that come out of?
We do the calculation in when we ask for the $25.
Yeah.
So it includes the mailing envelope, which is costly, and the postage, which has gone up every time. We do use
Going up
a
again.
library rate, but we calculate all of that in. The one thing we don't calculate in is our commission, our honorarium, that we assess separately. But basically, we've built it in. We have a set number of books that we have to do, because if we printed fewer books, it would be so much more expensive than what we're doing. So we have a few books. If anybody loves this book and they want to send it independently to their alma mater, to their dealer, to their favorite collector, to their favorite, their best friend, we have a few copies that we can sell. So, and then of course, once we have it up on Lulu, we'll all start using social media to promote it and to make people aware of it, and to, just directly link to Lulu so that they can handle all of the fulfillment and shipping.
Good. Thanks.
And the price on Lulu will basically be the same as what we were doing, because it'll all factor in whatever it is. I mean, we haven't looked at the prices. The printing people are all going up, like Blurb has gone up and they raised their prices, but generally we'd like to be able to keep the books, all of them, at the same price for as long as we can. But that element is something we have no control over in terms of future.
Right.
Yeah. So a final thank you to Elizabeth and Carol.
Carol.
Yay.
And Jan.
And Jan, yeah.
I have to say, I learned so much every time I read your essays. You're all superstars. So,
fabulous careers and lives and work, and really I just think this should be in everyone's hands. I really
and thank you, Jan, for driving the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really,
Well, I
deserves a whole lot of praise, let me tell you.
well, I don't know about that, but it's, I think it's important to keep in mind that there's a reward at the end. There's a reward for all of us, and it's something that is really special. There's so much that's lost in history. There's so much lost of artists and their work, and we all know that you look at any period of time and there were so many people and we don't remember them, we don't know them, we don't have a chance to know their work, and it was all really it was wonderful. It had value and charm and importance and meaning, and we don't want what went on here for these decades in the Bay Area to be lost.
You're here. Farewell, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy spring.
Thank you.
Happy spring, everybody.
Well, thank
Enjoy
you
this
all.
beautiful weather.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.